basically work as like soldiers or whatever on a vessel to get passage down south, ultimately down to Waterdeep. I don't think there. Was there anything you guys really wanted to do in the city of Luskan before you left?
Not that I can think of. We could probably walk around and sightsee.
I mean, it's if you do any sightseeing, it's a rough town, a rough city. It's very rough, and it's
pirate.
Yeah, but it's very dominated by the sea. Like it's very much a sea city. Everything is about it. So then, if you guys don't have really anything you wanted to do there, I will do this for Farai. That Farai does find a temple of his god in the city of Luskan. So for the short time that you guys are there, Farai is at the temple. You don't even see Farai. It's just that Farai meets you guys down at the docks when you guys are going to leave. And you guys meet the captain and the crew and the boat and everything. And it's been. This is like a day. What would be day 3 of your voyage outside of leaving Luskan. You guys are at sea, traveling south. You guys are on a long ship. Not a sailing ship, but a long ship.
Like a Viking ship?
Very, very similar. Very, very similar. It has, I think it's 70 feet long, 30 feet wide at its widest point. It's has benches and long oars. It has a central mast. And in that central area near the mast and stuff like that, like that's all it is, right? Like there's no multiple decks, there's no cabins, there's no nothing. It's open. There are shields. Every bench has a shield so that the
Is there any ballista or catapult or anything?
Is there a what?
A ballista or catapult?
Yes,
Awesome.
there is.
Garl would
I have to learn how to use one. Take my time to hey, how do y'all operate this thing?
You very well can. In fact, okay. I have a lot I want to describe here.
Okay.
Because just because like I did some preliminary rolling, and the crew of this ship is like 40. And I mean, like, there's like the captain and his like bosun and the first mate and all that, and a bunch of other people. 40 people, 40 crew members, and it's a big ship. Like, although it's a long ship, but they're still big. Like, there is room down at the mast where there are is cargo, and there's several tons of cargo. I can look here.
Any smoke powder?
Any what?
Smoke powder?
when you talk to the captain, everybody is human, by the way, the whole crew.
How boring.
Yeah.
They'll be staring at us the whole trip.
Garl will climb up on the main mast and sit up on the top
You
As-
can. You are 40
as-
feet above.
as a lookout.
Okay.
Every night, Claude is throwing a sailor party.
Oh my! Not at sea. Not at sea. Not at sea. Not at sea. No, I wouldn't. No, stop. Not at sea. Oh my god, no. I mean, party hard. You know,
Merman.
somebody's going to drown.
Merman
The ship
party.
is the ship is fully crewed. So you guys are able to travel 24 hours a day for the first night.
Party barge.
At where like the mast is connected to the ship is where the cargo is stored in heaps in like crates and barrels, and everything is tarped off. There has been a temporary stall for the horse. Has been manufactured and installed on the deck of the ship near the mast, and it's basically just to keep like a narrow stall, kind of like how it would be in a horse trailer.
Yeah.
It just has rails, along its sides. There is a feeding manger. There is like
So he's not panicky.
right,
Okay.
but from what you were told, it's a common thing to haul livestock, even in long ships. The ship, on the day that you guys left, you meet this crew. They're very gruff. Like, you would be like, oh yeah, these guys are like totally just pirates. Other than the fact that they're very, very disciplined and not rowdy. But the way they look, the way that they, the way that they sound, you'd think these guys were totally just pirates. But the ship is called the Maiden Spear.
Spell baited.
When you guys, everything gets loaded up onto the longship cargo, the horse, your guys' wagon, and you guys and all the men, and it's like a drizzle out when you guys leave the harbor that morning, gray sky and a drizzle. It's like that all the time. It just doesn't stop. It just drizzles all day long.
Miserable.
You can put up tarps, you can do whatever you need to stay dry, because a lot of times the men are rowing because there's not even much wind. It's just this gray sky and drizzling. And the sea is like cold and lead gray, just accented by like the foamy crests on the waves.
Every morning to do an augury ritual to determine the weather.
Rain.
And it's like my help up for the thing. Just like, hey.
Rain.
Yeah, rain every morning.
Rain.
Rain.
It is very monotonous, the weather.
Sorry, yeah.
It's
raining.
So traveling south, because you guys are in a long ship, because you guys are like on a commonly traveled path, you guys are staying close to the coastline. There's very little navigation going on. Like, there's not people with maps and charts. They're just going south. The coastline is always in sight. And the thing about this coastline is that you guys leave Luskin, which is like it's like a river outflows into the sea, and when you start heading south, it's just cliffs. And as you guys are traveling south, it's just to your left, to port side, to the east, because you're traveling south, to the east, it's just cliffs. Like, averaging, honestly, like 200 feet high most of the time. And then this gray, slate gray sky, drizzling rain, lead gray sea. But you travel quite fast. If I remember correctly, you guys are doing something like 70 miles a day or something like that.
Wow, this is
72 miles a day. When they row, or when they have to row, they row. If they can row faster than the wind blows, they'll row.
Garl will wrap his cloak and hood around himself up there, and he's going to tie himself to the mast part up there so he doesn't fall off and hurt himself.
You would have to be. You figure you'd have to like walk in your sleep or something, because even to like climb up there, it doesn't even afford a skill check.
Okay.
The rigging and everything could be climbed without a skill check. So you and your nimbleness, you are like sitting up there with like your hands behind your head, and got your feet kicked up, relaxed. It's not very windy, so it's raining just as hard up here as it was down there. So, but you can sit up there and relax and look around. You have a view. You can see, according to the book, 10 miles.
Okay.
You do see quite a bit of vessels.
Keep a
Other
wary eye
vessels.
for a big thing with white dragon wings for sails.
Oh, yeah. Because we've saw something like that, if I recollect.
And you're sitting up there keeping an eye out for the big long ships, and you're up actually by the fluttering flag. And this flag, this pennant that is flying on the ship, you still can't quite get over it, Garl, because the morning you guys left,
Yeah.
the instant you guys got out of sight of Luskin, you guys had noticed that the captain had given an order to the first mate, who had pulled out of his coat a big leather kind of like sachet,
Okay.
kind of like a big folder, and they pulls out of there a pennant. Now,
Sorry.
and someone takes that pennant and climbs up and flies that pennant once you guys are out of sight of Luskin. Now, the odd thing is, you guys would eventually notice, and if you ask about it, the captain will tell you that pennant, because each of you see something different.
I was going to ask you, what's the pennant look like?
For you, that's you find it really odd, because it is something of like associated with your homeland, which is far, but you recognize it as like something like friendly to you.
Okay.
And Silence, you see them. You're like wondering, why is the ship from Luskan changing their pennant to a pennant of Waterdeep? And each of you see something different, and the captain explains to you that like this pennant is something from like the vaults of the treasury from the first ship. He says, we'll use this when we want to move expeditiously. And other ships recognize it as a friendly pennant.
Okay.
It's a charmed pennant.
And he says, so this way, we shouldn't get harassed by other ships. He says, maybe, he says, if like some barbarians from the Whale Bones or the Red Rocks or something, maybe they would, because they would see us as a civilized ship and not as one of their own. But shrugs and he says, but it'll keep other ships from wanting to stop for us for a conversation or a chat or what have you anyway. And yeah, it's like I can't remember what it's called now, a pennant or something, but yeah, it goes to Saltmarsh item.
Okay.
Looks like a friendly flag to whoever views it. On that second day, as I said, you got the cliffs, the sea, the rain. You guys are coming to Port Last. You can see that here the cliffs do bob lower in points with the hills, following the hills, the contours of the land. But always those cliffs. And to think about how many like lives have been lost, right? Like all you have is like ocean and cliffs. Like there's very few breaks in them. And as per time of day, and the drizzle kind of actually stops. But a fog is like hugging the mainland. You can see that the cliffs in the land are kind of, and it doesn't quite reach out as because you guys are like miles away from the cliffs. But like let's say like anywhere is from like 1 to 5 miles or 1 to 10 miles even away from the cliffs, just wherever it's safe in the shipping lanes, right, going south. But you can see that there is like fog on the mainland, hugging the cliffs and the hills and the contours. And from the talk and from the commands, you do know that you guys are approaching Port Last. And it's late afternoon. like late afternoon, like 5 p.m. And with this temporary, what you call it, break in the rain. Because these guys like know, like I can't think of, like, the lay of the land, but it's not land. The lay of the sea, like the shape of the coast, whatever. Like they know where they are. They've done this hundreds of times, possibly thousands of times. They give commands, and the ship begins to move closer to the coast to stop to port last.
Get the mist eventually does envelop, like everything, right? Because you're getting, close enough to the coast and stuff. So everything beyond 60 feet is
In mist. Picture that. Okay. So you guys, they like pull in the sails, and it's come down to oars now. And you guys know that you can see everything around you covered in mist. You can see 60 feet out. So even getting this close, you're in the mist. You can't even see the cliffs, but you can hear people shouting from the front, giving like bizarre sailor calls, right? Like they're using terminology that, unless you have like water vessels, you just aren't even familiar with a lot of the terminology. But you can hear that people are at the front shouting, and they
Watch
have
out for
even
Heisenberg compensators.
yeah. And they've
Yeah.
even
What?
resorted to, someone has gotten on the drum, which is kind of, it's very low, and it doesn't travel in this fog at all. It's almost, you almost feel it. It's almost more like a throb or a heartbeat of the drum, but it's so slow. It's just boom, boom.
Garl will sniff the air and see if there's anything he can smell upon the air around.
You sniff around the air, and you notice from your perch point that you can see a shape under the water down below you,
Oh shit.
and it looks like a wreck.
Oh, okay.
And Nicodemus, you're looking out, and to port side, you can see a mast, but like an old rotten mast that has like barnacles on it, stuff like that.
Hey, there's something down there.
Garl
And-
will holler, "Kraken below! Kraken below!"
One of the officers actually comes over, and he actually says to you, and he motions, and he says, "Port Last has a lot of wrecks. It's been fought over for it's been attacked many times in its past, whether it be pirates, Sahagwin. It's just, there's a lot of wrecks, storms." He says, "And now fog." He says, "We got someone up front making sure we make our way on course through the wrecks and don't wreck ourselves. But," he says, "things are good. It's just slow. We can't move too fast." When all of a sudden you guys hear a strange order, a strange command from Garl up in the crow's nest. Garl,
Yes.
you're the first one to see it because you're looking, because you're up high.
Yes.
As they're making their way, and you're kind of looking around, and you're like, oh, they're like, you can notice yourself, like there's a lot of wrecks, like just dotted here and there in this area. When you notice in the fog looming shape, you can see the bow, or not, sorry, not the bow, the stern end of, a gargantuan-sized longship.
Oh,
You see the back end just sitting there.
Brace for
60 feet
impact!
in, and you see it just come out of the, just suddenly, like it's just this big object just starts forming out of the fog. And you can see that it looks like it's orientated so that wherever its bow is hidden in the fog, its bow is orientated pointing towards the mainland. But it's not. Okay, you guys are right at the bow.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, at the stern, at the back end of it, and its bow, its front, is pointed towards the land. It's totally perpendicular to the land. You could just tell by its orientation. And I said that this ship is 240 feet long, I think I said. Yes, 240 feet long. You guys were coming into the harbor. You guys were at about 300 feet out from the shore. So like this thing is like sitting dead in the water, and you can tell as you guys are like kind of like they're like back road. You guys are just slowly drifting, just slowly. You're not gonna collide because they were like going slow enough and stuff. But within the 60 feet, there doesn't appear to be any giants amid there. It looks like that the boat is parked in the water. And you can see that there even looks like that where it's parked, its hull is kind of sitting on the bottom. It looks like it's also sitting on a couple of wrecks, which are now even more wrecked.
So it's run adrift.
More or less.
Is it low tide or high tide?
I don't know.
I'm guessing low tide.
Impact!
I'm guessing low tide because we saw the mast with
now
that
I have
previous
to
wreck with
figure out. Now
barnacles
I
on
have
it.
to figure. Now I have to figure out the moon cycle and the tide cycle. I forgot.
Do 50-50, right? 50-50.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll roll. If it's high, it's
Yeah.
high tide. If it's low, it's not.
Okay.
Uh,
You're gonna roll a 10.
Dice. Boom. It's a 10. Fuck. All right. roll
That's
again.
what he's.
Set.
High tide.
Tide is either ebbing or flowing. One of them.
Rogue wave.
It's mid tide. I got a 10.
Mid tide, okay.
Now that you guys have like come and stopped, and in fact you guys just don't even scrape hulls. You guys are just like probably like an oar's width away from the other, from like the ship, like a good 10 feet from 15 feet from the giant ship, which kind of towers a little bit of towers above you guys a bit, its hull. And everyone's kind of like, what? You know, kind of like kind of like in awe.
Wait,
'Cause they
even the
have never
crew?
Well, the crew is. Certainly they're in awe of seeing a giant. If anything, you guys aren't. And
One.
Oh, this isn't a good sign.
in the momentary silence where the creaking of the oars and everything stops, you guys can hear through the fog way in the distance talking and shouting of giant voices way on the mainland.
Oh, they're
That's
wrecked.
not good.
You guys
It looks like
you guys have showed up at Port Last, where it appears that another longship of giants is raiding the village of Port Last, and you guys happen to have approached it from the seaside.
And there's no giants on the ship?
It does not appear so.
Oh my
Set
god.
it on fire.
You can only see 60 feet of the ship.
Well, Garl from his perch will look and he'll holler down, "They're all dead!"
I think we're death.
Man the catapults! Man the ballista!
If they see us coming, they'll raid us.
All right. So what's the plan, fellas?
Turn about and run.
We're heroes.
If they see our boat, they're gonna try and raid us.
Hey, we have gunpowder. Let's load this bitch to bear and blow it.
I'm sorry, Alex. I was reading something, so it means my phone was talking over you. What did you say?
We should have gunpowder. Why don't we just blow a hole in this thing?
I don't know if we have any smoke powder. I mean, I remember asking that, but I don't know if we actually have any or not on ship.
There wasn't any on ship, but I don't remember you guys grabbing any from Fireshare. I thought you guys just.
We just blew it all up.
I think we did, yeah.
Whoa. What happened here?
We can always set the ship afire.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
what I said.
I'm okay with that. I mean, do we have oil? Do we have oil?
Good question.
In
Oil?
case something happened, my audio cut out on me for a second.
All right. Let's see here. I'm checking to see if I got some oil.
I have some on the wagon, which is on the ship, so it's accessible.
Nope, no oil in my pack.
Nope, none of mine.
Well,
I know
you know
someone
what?
who can set it on fire, but they're not here.
I know I have
Did you
torch.
go?
Nicodemus, do you got some good alcohol? We can throw that and set that afire.
Oh shit! You guys are really booking it. 120 miles a day. You guys can
Whoa.
actually do.
Now, I have 10 flasks of oil, which is something. It's something. I mean, it may not be a lot, but it's something.
How much alcohol? High proof.
That's not for burning. That's not for burning. I will not waste any sacred alcohol on that thing. But I do have, I have 10 flasks of oil. So we got a dinghy, row me over. Cloud, could you carry me? I don't know. I got this oil. Drop it, light a torch, burn that bitch to the ground.
The guy says, this isn't the first fucking ship we've ever boarded, and he showed something to his men, and they go, and was out of nowhere. They have lines and grappling hooks.
Oh yeah.
And they're like already throwing them over to the other gunwale and pulling their ship in close. And again, out of nowhere, there's a gangplank, and like these guys are prepared for like going vessel to vessel.
Yeah, they're pirates.
Oh, they're gonna have fun.
Hey, is there a rope? Can I swing from the rigging from one side to the other as it gets closer?
Yes.
Yes, I will do that. But before the plank is up or whatever, I will grab a rope from the mast or whatever and go to the other side and just wait till it's timed out. And I just want to be the first one over there. And Cloud flies over.
Yeah. Roll me acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
DC of 10.
Not a difficult one. Nope. Of course, I don't have acrobatics. Why would I think I'd have acrobatics?
Or athletics. Either way.
Well, I got a decent dex. Total of 13.
I could see it either way. DC 10.
Total 13 pass.
Oh yeah.
If it were athletic,
you
would
totally
be better.
you totally swing over there and your who's clip clop down onto the hard deck of the ship, and it's identical. Like it's also a long ship, the same thing you guys are in, but scaled up. It's like your guys' long ship is 70 feet long, and this one's 240 feet long.
Over 3 times.
So you could see big benches and big oars, and how you guys have the shields along the rails. So these ones have massive shields, and tucked under all the benches, you could see sacks tucked under all the benches. Like there's a sack tucked under every bench where each person would sit.
I immediately want to go check one out.
I got your back from up here.
Also good hiding
And
in case.
the gangplank comes over, and any of your companions that want to cross on the gangplank or Cloud can fly over there. Garl, were you at this instant?
Carl is hiding up on the mast with his bow ready, just in case. He's covering his compatriot's backside.
Okay. Everyone try to keep in your mind that everybody's only going to have like 60 feet field of view because of the mist and the fog, which is when Michael, you're like, whoa, Nicodemus sees Saxon. He's going over to like the nearest one, he thinks. Like the instant he thinks that. When 60 feet away, and Michael, because you're the farthest one in that direction, 60 feet away from you to the rest, they wouldn't even see them yet because they'd be in the mist. You see padding towards you, one coming on either side, like they're not coming up the middle. One is coming on one's coming more left, one's coming more right. Coming out of the mist, you could see 2 wolves the size of horses, and they have silvery white fur and ice blue eyes.
Oh.
And when they come padding towards you out of the mist, they almost seem to just emerge, almost seems to just these eyes form in the white mist as they walk towards you. And
If it was a
it's
movie,
like
that
the
would be
mist
a cool
itself
scene.
solidifying. Almost looks that way because, and you could see that as they like let out a low growl, that frosty fog comes.
Damn.
Nice doggy.
That's why I'm on the boat. Keep the boat safe.
It's okay. Nice doggy. Nice doggy. It's okay, doggy. Oh, that will finish it. That'd be awesome.
If we fall into combat, are the ship people going to help us?
I imagine they would. I mean, this is a raid.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I mean, I have conjure woodland beings, and I could conjure up pixie. We can turn this into a bear versus wolf fight.
That'd be cool. Nice doggy. Nice doggy.
Okay. What? My audio cut out again there. What did you guys hear?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, we heard nice doggy, and heard Cloud say, I can conjure up some woodland beings or pixies.
Okay, yeah. All that I meant was that, like, Nicodemus, because you're the only one on the ship, and you see these wolves, right?
Yeah, I
Big wolves?
backed up a little bit going, nice. Nice doggy.
I just want to get an initiative from everyone. Although you're the first one to see them, let's get an initiative,
Okay, doggy there.
and then we will.
Oh,
Indeed. 20. I got a 6.
alrighty.
Natural 1. Starting off good.
Hey, get that out of the way.
At least it's only an initiative.
Hey.
A 20,
I sometimes prefer to go last.
a 25 in this for Garl.
Yeah, but you guys are too fast for me.
That's the best he could do. He got a 20 plus his 5.
Just call out a name. We'll tell you what we got.
Cloud went to go check on the horses before combat.
Yeah, that's why.
Okay. What did you get, Kat?
I got a 6.
So did they. I'll even let you go before them. What did you get, Nicodemus?
11.
Okay, and then what did you get, Cloud?
Natural 1.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Got a death
and
mod in there?
Garl.
Garl got a 25.
Okay, so it's gonna go Garl, Nicodemus, Silence, Bad Guys, and Cloud. Oh, I should also roll because I keep forgetting that you guys have your 2 NPCs as well. You guys have Serac, who is trying to go down south, who is, by the way, is like curled up somewhere in the stern of the ship. Just
Oh no! Frostbite!
yeah, frostbites again. So he's like literally curled up in a ball, crying. Warvel, the Weevil.
Mad Eye. I want to call him Mad Eye.
Oh, you can.
Uh-huh.
He doesn't.
He has a mad gleam in his eye. Mad Eye.
Yeah. Warvel fits in quite well with all these kind of pirate dudes. You guys want to go check out the ship? You guys go check out the ship. So, Garl, you're. Did you say something, Nicodemus? Like, did you shout like something?
Nice doggy. Nice doggy.
Oh yeah. So you hear. You hear Nicodemus on the giant ship, and then you see him kind of back it out of the fog as like he's like kind of back it out of the fog with his hands up. You see him like he clearly sees something that you don't yet.
Okay, so what Garl will do is he's going to go ahead and ready in action to let loose on the bow as soon as he can see whatever seems to be threatening Nicodemus.
Ready action?
Yep. And then on top of that, as a bonus action, he's going to hide.
Okay.
And let's check his stuff.
You're going to stay up at the crow's nest and hide?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
And for stealth, that will be a 16.
Okay. You're small. You're gray. You're the same color as the mist in the sky and the sea. There's the top of the mast and the pennant. You can obscure yourself up there.
Oh, okay.
Keeping an eye out to see that you're like, what the hell? And you're in your head, you're expecting to see the giants. Nicodemus, it's your go.
How far? They're 60 feet away from me, ish.
Yeah, ish, yeah. Yeah, that's when you see them. So.
I want to equip my shield.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit and swing across the rope with the shield on.
Good boy. Good reminder. Everyone, make sure you guys take your inspiration for the day.
I'm gonna
You're free.
take my shield off my back, put it on there, and back up out of the. I kind of assume that I'm also in the fog bank, and I can just see 60 feet, so they can only see 60 feet.
Right.
So I'm assuming that I'm going to disappear into the fog bank from the point of view of
Blind sight.
the things, the wolves, winter wolves. I'm assuming whatever doggies, and I don't have my action is equip my shield, so I don't have an action, but I would like to take cover per se, kind of get behind something like one of the giant benches or a spad.
Well, let's put it this way: you're right at the back, so there's like the area where like the rudder control and stuff is.
Shield something.
Yeah,
There
you can totally put that in between you and them. Absolutely, you may.
That would be my action. That's
Okay. And
I may yell out, "Big dogs, big white dogs!"
And Cloud, you hear this? Not Cloud. Sorry, Silence. You hear this, and you also see Nicodemus. Like, well, actually, you kind of really wouldn't because like the giant ship is so much higher that like your field of view, you just see like the hull of the ship, and there's a gangplank all set up and everything where you could cross to the giant ship if you wanted to, or you want to stay in the Maiden Spear, or do you want to cross to the giant ship?
I think for the moment I'll stay in the Maiden Spear and protect it because this is our getaway boat.
Okay. There's like all the sailors are here, and the what do you call it? Warvel the Weevil is back here too. So there's like a lot of people on this ship. What do you want to do then? You hear Nicodemus shouting something about big dogs.
I turn to everyone else there and say, "Oh, I had a feeling there'll be something on the boat. This is not giants, just giant dogs." Hello?
Yep.
Hello?
Ah, good. Thought my sound went.
No,
So
no.
I turn to our Weevil and say, "Fancy killing a giant dog? It'll probably relieve some stress."
I don't know. What the hell's going on here? No, that's not true. He just shrugs and throws his cloak back so you can see his hand axes on his belt. He indicates that he's prepared for a situation. But it's your goal. What do you want to do?
Wait a minute. I'll just check the spells. Well, at the moment, I'd say nothing. So far, things seem to be moving towards something. Most of my spells are mainly defensive, and a few are offensive, but I'd rather protect the boat for the moment. If it gets hairy, I'll jump in. So I'm just standing by.
Michael.
Yo.
These two winter wolves. You see them. One of them has its head low, sniffing. as a dog would as they approach. And the other one is Snarls. And you're backed into like the stern behind the rudder control where it's all mounted and attached. You like, you know, there's enough of a place where you have like your shield out and you're defending yourself with your back to the wall. And
have they showed themselves come through the?
oh yeah, good reminder. Yes, Garl. You can see that like coming out of the fog towards the back of the hall, and like one of them sniffing the deck and the other one snarling, two large white wolves that are like getting Nicodemus into a corner.
All right,
And yes, you can take your shot.
Yeah, the nearest one to me, I'm going to shoot at.
Okay, number one, we'll call him.
Okay, 18.
He's a sniffer. He's the one sniffing.
Okay, good. 18 on the die.
On Nicodemus's left.
So that will be a. Let's see here, a 20. With that, went past it here. Oh, come on. That'd be a 20. Gotta get my eyes on. I should have those. Sorry, folks. 18. That's a 25 to hit.
Oh, you hit.
All right. And let's see here. And I get my sneak attack. So that's right there. So that'll be 7 points for sneak attack and 7 points for the arrow as far as piercing. So 14 total.
So you're kind of backing up Nicodemus when suddenly out of nowhere an arrow comes streaking down and hits the one that was sniffing the footprints where you were making your way towards the giant sack.
That's
it's
what
like,
you
know,
get.
sort of sniffing, and all of a sudden, and it hits, and it kind of does like the dog yelp, and it kind of leaps up, and that's when they both jump in at you. The one that's like did not get hit leaps in at you. And he hits you with, or attacks you with the 17.
Miss it. That's what you get.
Okay, and the other one that gets hit, he kind of reflexively, he doesn't come at you and bite. He exhales an icy breath.
Oh, shit.
So,
Dex save.
yes, please.
Oh,
+2.
we got ourselves froze goat.
And what happens when I fail? Total of 6. I'm assuming I fail.
It hurt.
DC 12?
I got a total of 6. That's less than 12.
Inspiration, brother, inspiration.
I do have inspiration. Do I want to waste inspiration on...
I don't know. I'm just reminding you and everybody.
Oh, what the hell? You know, yeah, let's do it. Let's inspiration. I'm not, why save it, right? 12 total, yeah. Just passed by the skin of my teeth on the inspiration. Oh, so I was about to just like stand there blinking, taking the full effect, when all of a sudden I'm like, dude, I'm a cool guy. And I raise my behind a rudder as I remember the last second and get some cover from the break.
Oh, why are they making this so hard?
I'm still going to take some damage though.
15-foot cone. This thing just breathes, and you are a wash of icy cold. Like,
Well, at least my wine will be chilled.
27 points of frost damage. On a successful save, you take half. 13.
I'm glad I used that. That's a lot of freaking damage.
Yep.
And by the way, because like you're essentially taking cover, you would have had a +2 to that.
Oh, well, I would have made it a little easier then. I still would have failed on the first try though.
Okay, and that's what happens. Just the one lunges and snaps at you, and the second one that gets hit, he kind of like yelps, and when he lands, he just like breathes icy cold that just washes across you guys. It doesn't seem to affect the other wolf at all. He doesn't even flinch. Cloud, you see this. You see these two. Roll me an intelligence nature, Cloud.
Well, thank God for that nature.
Pardon me?
Cloud isn't that smart, but that nature will help. That's
Yeah.
a 14.
Okay. You know that these things aren't animals. Right? Like, you know that they're not beasts. Clearly that breath weapon just gave it away that, like, they might look like wolves, but technically they're not. They are not, like, aligned with nature like a natural animal would be. They are a monstrosity, a monstrous creation, whether it be by the gods or by someone insane. But you know that they aren't just an animal. They don't like command the same respect or whatever that a normal wolf would have. But you can see them. I imagine you'd be flying. I imagine they're down below you somewhere.
Cloud will just open
And you can see
his
Nicodemus cowering. Pardon me?
wings. Go ahead.
I was saying you can see like Nicodemus cowering under like the rudder somewhere at the very back of the boat.
Half frosted over.
Oh, push that bus. Everybody move
Yeah.
to the back of the boat.
Okay, Cloud will begin to flap his wings, and he'll flap them faster and faster, and eventually he'll just spread them wide, and there'll be 8 pixies in between his wingspan.
Okay.
And I have to roll initiative for them.
They're like, "Hey, boss."
It's a 15.
Okay, so they'll go after Garl before Nicodemus.
And that's my turn.
This go up to Garl. You can see the 2 wolves and the one that you hit.
Well, the one that I hit, I'm going to use a bonus action now that I can see them. Cast a hunter's mark on them. And I will go ahead and take another shot at this monstrosity.
Is he a monster?
Yes.
I don't know. I was just saying
well,
that
it
to
is.
say it.
It is.
And that will be a 16 plus 7 is.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. And let's see here. Is he within 5 feet of my ally?
Not that one.
Okay. So no sneak attack on him.
Not true because I don't
Oh, you tell me.
I don't know.
I'll go either way.
You take your sneak attack. I'll give it to you because technically you should have advantage on that.
Okay.
I would say because you're hiding on the mast on the other ship.
Then he'll take. Let's see here. 3, 9, and 6. 9 and 6 is 15 points of damage.
Okay. And by the way, just to let you know, because I've been considering this, but I didn't really describe it to you, Garl.
Oh, okay.
Because like how these long ships, both your ship and the giant ships, all have shields that run along its sides. These things are actually getting cover.
Okay.
So I've been giving it to them, but I didn't describe it. But
Well, that's okay. They're further than 30 feet from me, so they can get their cover. If they were within 30 feet, then I ignore half and 3/4 with that.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Close quarter fighting.
I just haven't even thought about it because you're like nailing them with like
Yeah.
way higher than. But I just wanted to describe for the fact that like the shields that run along the sides of the ship actually are doing something.
Okay.
Is basically my point.
Yep. Cool biz.
So to keep that in mind too, if you guys wanted to, you can always take cover behind your own, right? Like there's always somewhere to take cover. After Garl goes the Pixies. Good band from the 90s.
Where is my mind?
They're going to cast confusion on the monstrosities.
Really? All of them
Damn.
or what? Or 2 of them or what? Or like how? Because how many Pixies are there?
There are 8.
Are they all gonna do it? Like, what do you mean?
I will make 4 of them.
So
2 each.
2 for each. And what
it
kind of
is
save do I have to make?
Dude, make them do a wave of mutilation. Wave of mutilation.
Let's see. Wisdom save of 12.
Okay. What's the range of the spell? Like, how far are they gonna have to?
10-foot radius.
So Nicodemus, you could see.
I'm not making a save, am I?
But the
No.
range for
But
the Pixies to use it is 90 feet.
Oh, 90 feet. Oh, okay. Then they're not. Okay, they're still way up high then. They're like 60 feet up high too then. Okay, I just wanted to know if they actually flew down into. But no, they didn't even have
90
to.
Foot
They're casting it from way up
radius.
there. What kind of save?
12 wisdom.
Oh, they both failed.
They should have good wisdom, or at least decent. But,
Yeah, but I rolled absolutely terrible. I rolled a 6 and a 1.
And there's 8 of them, so
Dude.
4 each. They're going to fail.
Yeah,
At the start
so-
of their turns, they each have to roll a d10.
This is for confusion?
Yep.
Oh, this is such a funny spell. Nicodemus, you can see that these things kind of balk. If you understand me. Like
Do I
they're
get the sense that I can move away without provoking an attack of opportunity?
yeah, like they somehow seem almost distracted. Like I said, like they balk, right? Like they just somehow.
I bet it would be fun to ride one.
And it is your
Dude.
goal, is what I'm saying. So
Yeah, I think I'm like it would be fun to ride one. I don't. Yeah, I don't have like animal friendship, and I don't think charm person is going to work on a freaking wolf any more than hold person will work on a fucking wolf. As a matter of fact, these are shitty fucking spells for a giant campaign that don't count as fucking people.
But
Just
they're
saying.
monstrosities.
You know, I don't want to
They're
talk.
fun.
I could polymorph them into a person so I can then use whole person on them. But I don't know that one.
What's the CR of a person?
I don't know. You know, I suppose I'd just use the standard block from something in the, so I could use like commoner, which would be a low CR, I suppose. From the
Pardon
monster
me?
name. I could use. Well, they're not a beast. I can only turn things into beasts.
Yeah.
I don't think a commoner is a beast, is it?
No. It's a
Well,
humanoid.
Depends on who you ask, I suppose.
That's right. The Lord would consider a commoner a beast of burden.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm taking a lot of time. When am I going?
Don't
to
ever leave your pizza burning.
Fuck. I'm going to disengage anyway. I'm going to back away slowly, not back away. I'm actually gonna,
No, do you know what? I've been trying to state the point, and it hasn't been getting across. No, like you can move. It like they look distracted somehow. They don't get a reaction.
Yeah, I'm still going to be wary. I'm still wary. Okay, I want to move forward, or, back away from, I don't want to just give them my back, but I want to back away from them, but move closer forward into the ship.
You want to leave them in the stern and get around them.
Move to the aft. I don't know. Move to the aft, the other side of the ship, farther into the ship.
Yep.
And take cover as whenever I run out of room to see what's further up ahead. And
you can easily go underneath one of the benches.
Yeah.
If you want to go over the benches or over anything like that, it's only difficult terrain, but you can go down the middle too. But to go under is not a big deal. Like you can easily get underneath one of the benches,
and then duck whenever I run out of movement. Like however far you consider that I can move, I'll move that far, and then at the end of it, I'll just duck behind something and peer around.
Yeah, because you got to like go around them. You're pretty much like about 20 feet away from your. You have 30 feet of movement, or do you have more?
30 feet.
35.
35.
35.
Go.
Yeah, I'll say you're like 20, 25 feet away from your previous location.
All right. That's it. That's my turn then, and just look, see what's farther into the ship.
Okay.
And duck, hide, look. That's me. I'm done.
Silence. Things have gotten strangely subdued. On the ship, things seem quiet. You can still hear on the shore the voices of giants and smashing of things occasionally. You can hear the giants ransacking and pillaging Port Last. You don't even hear people screaming. Are you there, Silence? Is your goal?
Did we lose Silence?
Maybe. Maybe she's just protecting the ship.
Well, she said that's what she was doing. She was doing,
so,
but
well,
I'm wondering
I'll
if
assume that for now.
Yeah, I was wondering if we lost her or something.
Well, we might have. I know what happens with sometimes.
Yep.
But
spatial anomaly off in the CERN super collider.
Okay, so I'll do the wolves, and I'm gonna roll the D10.
Maybe she just got Mandela effect and got transported into an ulterior universe where there is no Storm King's Thunder or something. I don't know.
I rolled a 2 for each of them on the confusion chart. Alex, I hope you have it. Because I sure ain't looking it up.
Yeah,
Is it do nothing?
they have to roll a d8 now each, and then that's how many turns they do nothing for.
No.
That's not it. It's each round they roll a thing to determine
Yeah.
what they're going.
I just don't remember what number
Unless,
2 is
unless
on the
the
chart.
pixie has unless the pixie has a special.
Yeah, unless it does have a special thing.
Somebody else can look up pixie. I'm looking up the spell confusion.
No, I'm sorry. That was number 1. Number 2 is it doesn't take an action this turn.
Okay. That sounds absolutely correct.
All right, let's see here. Pixie. Get my monster manual open.
Oh, it's compulsion. I was like, what the fuck?
Yes.
1, the creature loses all its movement and move in a random direction. That's 1. 2 through 6, creature move or taking the actions this turn. It just fucking does nothing.
Nothing unique with pixies then? It's
I'm
absolutely a spell?
I'm bringing up the
okay.
the manual, and I'll double check it and let you know. Just
Look up these 2 now.
Huh. But we'll just go with the spell.
Yeah, I probably misread
So
it.
you see that they just fucking do nothing. Like they still look distracted. Like they're moving. I don't mean moving as in moving spaces, like walking, but you can tell like the head will tilt to the side and they're still panting and breathing. And their heads move and their tails flick.
It's
But
just a regular spell.
And they're just
regular.
But they're just so thoroughly enthralled or lost or confused, you could say, Michael Nicodemus. And Cloud.
You picked off.
Cloud, it's your goal. You can see that, well, they do. Actually, I want to roll. I got to roll. Because they get a roll every round, right?
Yeah.
Like a savings throw?
Oh.
At the end?
Me? Can't take reactions.
Yes.
At the end of each of its turn, the affected target gets a wisdom saving throw. Yes, it does. Gets a saving throw at the end of each of its turn.
Okay, I just gotta find my wisdom again here. What's the DC?
12.
12.
The one that was injured snaps out of it. You can see it kind of shakes its head and it kind of lets out a snarl as it kind of sniffs the air to kind of pull its shit together. But that's at the end of its turn, so it's no longer confused. But the one that bit you is. Okay, so Cloud, it's your go now. Your pixies have one of them confused.
I will have 2 more pixies confused. The one that got unconfused.
Okay.
They act on their turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I have
okay.
to give him a command, don't I?
Yeah, but that's free for you to select talking.
Yeah.
Okay. I produce flame, and then I just hover over.
Okay. Like are you gonna attack with the produce flame or just?
I have to wait a turn.
I don't think so. Okay. Then wait a turn. Garl?
Garl, is that beastie still within Garl's sight, and is it still up?
That one is. The one that you injured has snapped out of it.
He's gonna take a shot at that son of a gun again.
Okay.
All right, I don't know about this time though. That is 16, 18.
That is a hit.
Okay. Five, 10, 15 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. Arrow sizzles in again and strikes this one. And it yelps again as it's kind of like trying to kind of pull its shit together, and it's trying to kind of looks like it's looking to see where Nicodemus went. After you goes Pixies. Are Pixies gonna cast a confusion?
Yeah, and then 3 of them are going to cast fly. Or I guess 2 of them are going to cast fly on Nicodemus and Garl.
On who? Oh, okay, on
Nicodemus and
Garl.
Garl.
On Garl. Nicodemus and Garl. Did you hear that?
Well,
No,
yeah.
I believe I can fly.
You just
Shit.
feel
I probably should have got
something.
silence
Is that
instead.
is that a touch or something? What's the casting?
I
The
believe
range on
fly
that?
is touch.
Maybe not quite. Maybe I have to wait around for them to catch up to me.
Might better get silence.
I would get silence, but she's not here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, she
guarding the
is.
boat.
She's back
Oh, then I definitely get silence.
because I'm up there. It would take time for them to get to me to touch.
Well, I think you got enough where I think that you could. What it would be 3 of them to cast fly. You'd have enough, wouldn't you? To have a fly on Nicodemus,
Oh yeah, I could
Garl.
get crazy. I could take 2 more
Yeah.
and cast polymorph, but we're taking it easy.
Yeah, Garl's good where he's at, where he's hiding and he's sniping from
Okay, well,
above.
then I get silence instead of Garl.
Okay. So Nicodemus and Silence.
I can fly.
You're like, you guys hear like what sounds like a wasp coming at you. You're just about to swat it when you look, and you guys see a little pixie come in. Like, don't worry, guy. And
Fairy lives
touch it.
matter.
And it's a pixie. So they actually like do like the Tinkerbell thing, like above your head, where they just beat their wings really fast, and all the pixie dust drifts down on your head, and you guys can fly. And the wolf once again, he is overcome by the confusion spell, and will have to. So again, he has no reactions right now, and he'll have to roll on his turn again. He failed his save. So it goes back to the top. Garl.
Garl will take another shot at the one.
Wait. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't. I apologize. That
Okay.
was the Pixies' go.
Yep.
That's what
All
it was.
right.
It was the Pixies go. So now it goes Nicodemus. You could see that, like, you got to fly, and that Wolf seems like he's all fucked up again.
All right.
It's been drinking.
How near to the mast am I? And the rigging.
241. Oy, oy, oy. 240-foot long ship, assuming it's in the middle, 120 feet from the very back. You're probably about 30. So,
Okay, 90
yeah,
feet away.
like 90 feet. You don't even see the
anything else
mast.
here. I don't hear anything else coming from the fog, right?
No.
All right, that one's gonna break it and dash.
Okay.
And as an item interaction, I want to take out. I don't know. Here's my plan: is I want to get to the mast. I'm not,
Okay.
there. I mean, but I want to dash and get as far as there. So I just I want to light it on fire. I have flint and steel, a torch, and 10 pouches of oil. So any item interaction I could do as I'm running up there to like grab the torch out or grab. I don't know, your choice, but I'll be doing that as I'm getting ready to set the mast
Your
on
speed
fire.
is 35
Five.
feet,
So I can go
so 70 feet.
So I can see it.
You
I
can
can-
see the mast looming, coming out of the
Yeah.
ship as you're clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, really fast.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, this is a long ship similar to the ship that you guys are on. And like your ship, the Giants keep their cargo near the mast, and
Yeah.
you can see what appears to be like a giant cest, basically like a giant sized chest, basically, but it's like all like iced up, frozen up. You can see is like right near the base of the chest, along
Well,
with like a couple barrels.
That ice off.
Huh?
Yeah, fire will melt all that ice off. Does it appear to be wood, or is it metal, or some combination of the two?
Ancient wood and metal clad.
Okay. Your standard what you think of when you think of a D&D.
Roll me perception.
I can do that. I have
Like I said, you're about 20 feet away from it, but you could see it like with the just some other stuff like at the base of the mast where
yeah,
cargo
23.
Oh, you can see that
I
it doesn't
see.
even look like it has a lock on it. It just looks fucking like ice and covered with everything else, right? Like there's just
Ice to the point where it's iced over to where you can't open it because of the ice. Like
where it would take some work to open it.
Well, it'll
Not
fucking melt
that
ice.
it's
Fire
impossible
on
to open, but you couldn't just item interaction it open.
Okay. I could light it on fire. I want to set a fire. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do next round. Melt that ice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so I
Silence.
dash and then look.
Okay, yeah, you dash that so you can see that, like you're getting
No other
towards the
giant?
mast, and
No
Pardon me?
giants, nothing. No giants, nothing else
Nope.
on this fucking boat.
no,
Dang.
it looks. I mean, technically, you still have like another 90 feet of like ship that you can't even see yet. But
Yeah, but so far
Right.
so good.
yeah, so far
Yeah.
so good.
Hey, they may see that mast flaming. St. Elmo's fire. I can feel the rising. Sorry. All right. Continue.
And let's go to silence.
Yep.
Not much really seems to be happening other than a little pixie came down and he's like, by the way, this from Cloud. And he like touches you on the ear and
Hold it. Can I
you
go back
feel-
for a second?
light on your loafers. Yes.
I can fly. How fast
Yes.
can I fly? I can
Uh,
beat it. 50 feet, right? Or is it just my normal movement speed?
I don't even recall. And, I don't remember if it's 30 feet or 60 feet. I honestly don't remember.
Continuing with silence. The whole thing is I still have to dash. I was
60 feet.
near enough there to where it wouldn't matter. Next round I'm there anyway. Continue.
Well, Cloud just said 60 feet, so Cloud. Or not Cloud. Silence. All these nouns. There's so many nouns. Dear go. Not much seems to be happening, but
Suddenly I can fly. Okay, I'm guessing I'm going to have to get into the fray now. That's a very clear sign.
mhm.
I'm just thinking, what are the wolves made out of? Not made out,
Wolf.
out of
What monstrous wolf?
very organic material. Okay.
Yeah,
Might as well
they're
try shatter anyway.
yeah, no, they are a creature. They aren't a construct, but
Shame. Anyway, I'll try shatter anyway.
okay.
That's the only distance thing I can do. About 60 feet. Casting time, 1 action, instantaneous.
One made it, one failed.
So if they weigh more than a
Okay.
duck, they're a wolf.
Hang on. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay, roll your save.
So that was 3d8. Wait, save? Hang on a minute, what's
Or not.
that?
I mean, roll your damage, I mean. Not your save. I already rolled. One made it, one
Yeah, I was a
failed.
bit confused by that. Okay, so
Yeah,
it's a
sorry.
3d8 thunder. 11, that's the full. One of them gets half.
Okay. All right. Boom! But it's somewhat deadened because of the fog. And what do they say that you can hear shatter from? Is it like 300 feet or something like that?
60 feet.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So you cast your spell. You could. I picture in my mind you kind of fly up, just straight up in the air to get like an elevated view, and then you cast your spell, and it will go to the bad guys now, and one goes in a random direction.
All right, I make him jump off the boat and start swimming out to sea.
No. Actually, he just kind of does not. He doesn't. He just goes to like walks across the other side to the other side of the deck, kind of with his head hung down low, and he shakes it. The other one, the injured one, does nothing. He's just there with all 4 feet planted on the ground. And then he suddenly shakes his head and he snaps out of it again. The wounded one. On the end of his turn, he made his save. So, Cloud, you can see that he snaps out of it again. The other one is just kind of wandering around aimlessly on the deck.
Cloud will take his turn to fly up another 30 feet and gather all his pixies.
Okay. So, how high are you now? 90 feet then?
Yes.
Or higher? 90 feet?
Yes.
Okay. So, all that you can see, other than the mist, is the mast of the giant ship rising out. And that is pretty much 50, 60 feet away from you. You can just see, that's pretty much the only thing you can see because of the mist. And back to the top of the round, Garl. You can see that the injured one snapped out of it again.
All right, Garl will shoot another arrow at it.
Okay.
And Garl, I think, will miss on this one. That's a 16.
hits.
Oh, okay. And that will be 11, 13, 18, 2 from there is 20, 24 points of damage.
Okay. You hit that one, and you could tell just by the way that, like the body language when it gets hit, that it's very injured, like very injured.
Okay.
Like that one was a near fatal blow to it, and you could tell by his body language now, just the way his back is curved and stuff like that, that like it's clearly an animal in distress.
Alrighty. And Garl will say, "Everybody all right?" Uh-oh, I
see
lost
one
my allies.
Anything else?
No, that's it. He's just he's taking a shot, yelling on out, basically as a free action if everybody's all right, and then with the pause of in the fog, no sign, no sound, he'll start thinking, "I lost my allies."
The pixies turn. They all fly and gather and swarm around you, Cloud. What's up, boss? What's next? And they're kind of standing like with their wings flapping, standing in midair as if they're standing on solid ground with their little hands clenched into fists and resting on their hips.
I go and I assign the two that cast fly to my two companions, and I maintain my altitude.
They give you like a little not so much of a salute as it is a tip of the hat, and then fly off. Nicodemus, you run up to the chest.
All right. I'm going to burn the masts and the rigging near the chest. I want something close enough, mast and rigging adjacent. Like, I'm assuming there's ropes and shit everywhere, right? Something near the chest that is attached to the rope and mast, and I want to light it on fire with my torch and my oil and my flint and just fucking burn, baby, burn! Yeah, just going burn, oh, burn, baby, burn, burn, motherfucker down.
Roll me your fire damage.
What is oil? Anybody know?
It's slippery. It's slippery stuff. I think it's a 1d6, but I'll double check it.
I almost want to say like 2d4.
2d4.
But yeah.
Let's see here. Oil
Yeah,
damage.
So,
I'm almost there.
it's rope. Now, I mean, it catches on fire, right?
Rubber, poison,
Mess kit,
oil.
potion of healing, quiver. What? Why is not oil in alphabetical order?
It kind of is underneath your equipment.
Yeah, potion of healing, and then it goes down to quiver.
It's right under mess kit.
Oh.
Make a range attack, one hit, target covered in oil, and takes fire damage before the oil. 1 minute, 5 fire damage from burning oil. Just a straight up.
Or if they're going with the range.
Yeah, it says oil usually comes in clay flask, holds 1 pint. As an action, you can splash the oil in the flask onto a creature within 5 feet, or you can throw it up to 20 feet, shattering on impact. Make a range attack against target or object treating oil as an improvised weapon. On a hit, the target is covered in oil, and if the target takes any fire damage, before the oil dries. After 1 minute, the target takes an additional 5 points of fire damage. So it's a D4 plus 5 when on fire. And if lit, the oil burns for 2 rounds and deals the 5 points of fire damage per round.
All right. So do I have to roll an attack roll if I just, smash it on
No,
there?
no.
Now,
You want to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is like rope and sacks that you think that.
now here's the question: do I have to then wait another round to use another action to light it? This is just questions I'm asking. Do I, and if so, I'll light a torch. Smash it, and then I'll light a torch, and then the next round, I don't know. It's up to
Okay,
you.
yeah. Do you know what? No, I say that you could get because basically what is you're starting to fire using the oil.
I can
Yeah.
just smash
So
it
that
as
you could do
distraction
that
and
you could pretty much just do.
Alright.
The thing is,
near enough.
roll
to
me
where
a survival.
survival.
Yeah.
Guess who's proficient? Boy. Man,
Roll
that's a
me
weird.
a survival. Because here's the thing about it. Let me describe it. Everything is to giant proportions. So yeah, you think a hemp rope, but this hemp rope is like massive. It's like the
Bigger than-
thickness of your waist, right? Like
25 survival roll.
a what?
25.
Wow.
Who's proficient
You
with a high
manage
Uh.
to get a fire going that will be a sustained burn. Like, don't think of the whole thing being engulfed in flames right this instant. The flame will have to build momentum because
Yeah, it takes
the
time.
wood. This ship, when you're looking at this wood, it's not that these timbers were hewn recently. Now you're getting a super close-up look. It looks ancient.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they fire recharged it with shit too. I don't know. But I found the right area to smack it with too, Got past the layers of whatever they use on it. Pitch or
Like-
tall, which seems to be flammable. I don't know. Whatever.
Like, it is super tough. The thing is that there's enough stuff and goods here where right now you're catching that on fire. You're
So
starting
don't
to
burn,
burn
baby.
on the rope and the sacks so that they'll get a big enough fire going to eventually catch the ship.
gold don't
Like
burn.
you figure that like if you were to like dump oil on the deck of the ship and light a fire, it'd be just as ineffective as like trying to light the ground on fire. It just you'd light the grass on fire, but the ground would be fine.
Yeah.
Right? Like this thing is like it's like if wood could become petrified with ice.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
Like but
Well, I was more concerned about the rigging and such like that. Disable it.
yeah, well that's exactly. So that's the stuff that catches first. But it has caught fire and it is becoming like it is a burn. Like it will keep burning.
All right.
Not that you're gonna do like D4 plus 5 fire damage and will roll again. No, you have a sustained fire going. Like it will become a detriment as time progresses.
All right.
The
And then I
chest,
I'm assuming that took all my action. It's just
yeah, it would. I would say.
small flint and steel. Maybe take out a torch as an item interaction and light it off of that.
Yeah.
Marshmallow.
And you're just there eyeballing. There's a big icy chest there as well.
Looking for it to melt eventually.
Silence. It's your goal.
just like to point out the flaw in our plan here
What is it?
is that, we want to get rid of the frost giants, and, burning down their ship's not going to help with getting rid of them. That means they're stuck here, meaning we're going to have to fight them all. And even then, like, hey, we want all this treasure. We could have just killed off the wolves and let the other pirates come over and sail it away. Ooh, look, we got all their treasure now. Fuck the port that they're sacking. They're there. We got their ship and we're off. What, are they going to swim after us? I think I just did the worst possible thing that we could do.
Nah, I think we're all right. Yeah, that's the plan. I'll buy that for $1.
But hey, at the same time, I bet that anybody on the land or whatever, anybody at the stern of the ship is going to see this fire in a round or two and then come, oh my God, our ship's burning down, and stop looting and come. So, bonus, right?
It is possible.
Stuff, right? I don't know. Continue. I'm done. Shut up, Walker.
What did we do? Lose Cloud? Is Silence there too? I see her. She's still up, but I haven't heard.
Yeah, I don't know if she's silent or
I'm
silence. Back. There you go.
There we go.
You're just in time. It's your go.
Hey.
I'm burning down the house.
With regret, he is.
Yeah, I just thought this is a dumb move.
So, what's the status of the wolves?
Nothing. They haven't gone yet. They go after you, so they're still just the one was wandering around, and the other one had snapped out of it, but he hadn't gone yet.
He's near death too.
Yeah, and he's near death. It appears.
Silence Wolf Slayer. Mock him to death.
Chat.
Call him a bad doggy.
Your pretty blue eyes. You're a bad dog.
Tell him his mother is a cat.
Oh yeah, I could do Vicious Mockery. Hang on, just need to find a spell for that.
Your mother is a cat, and your father's a mouse. How do you like me now, there, furry one?
120 feet, charmed. It's a wisdom save. Oh wait, that's hypnotic pattern. I was looking for.
Oh, Vicious Mockery. Just they make a wisdom saving throw and they take 2d4 damage and have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
So it is a wisdom save?
There is a wisdom save. And
I'm a string of insults.
He failed. I rolled a 7.
Okay, I insulted him, called him a pup. Was he thinking being here with the big wolves?
Yeah. You can't run with the pack if you can't piss with the pups.
Yeah. You'll never be an alpha.
Yeah.
They brought you here to die.
Roll your damage.
Damage. Let's see, that's 1d4.
At this level, it's currently 2d4.
Oh, 2d4. Okay, hang on. Well, first one went well, second one didn't. So total altogether, 4.
Would you please describe viciously mocking this winter wolf to death?
I'd say they only came to be because his mother fucked an icicle.
Ooh.
Cold.
Your mother was a bitch and your daddy was an icicle.
Cold.
Yeah. Meow or woof or whatever. Good. Okay. Did you want to move anywhere? Or did you want to just stay hovering?
I'll stay where I am, a safe distance from those wolves, and well, if I
you
fall,
are. You're hovering above
me.
you're hovering above the deck of your guy's ship.
Yeah. If I should fall, at least I'll land on the ship.
Okay. What's a 9 on the confusion chart? Because it's the wolf's turn.
9 on confusion.
Hmm.
I look for oil.
What was that? It's muffly.
Looking, I flipped my page to look up oil. Sorry, I lost it.
That's all right.
Dimension, dark vision, compulsion, cold, confusion. A 9 is the creature can act normally, can do whatever the fuck he wants.
He kind of shakes his head and he sees his fallen companion, and he raises his head.
Oh no. Someone shut it up. Oh
But
dear,
like
we're in
so
trouble.
fucking loud, like it makes you want to cover your ears, Michael.
Oh shit! Do I hear any? Like a reply house?
No,
Not a
but
pack of
that
these.
clearly would have gotten everybody's attention. So he uses his action, and Garl,
Yes.
you recognize that. Well, heck, for that matter, so do you, Nicodemus. It sounds like a strange howl to everyone, but to Nicodemus and to Garl, you hear that there's more to the howl, that they're words. And Nicodemus, for some reason, you don't know if it's like PTSD or what, but when that wolf howls, it almost sounds like it almost sounds like the giant word for like alert.
Yeah, he's letting them know.
The buzzard.
And somehow in a weird way in almost actual words.
That's not a good sign.
So is it my go? Or is
Actually,
it Cloud?
it's Cloud's go.
Cloud is just going to hold his action and wait for giants.
Yeah. Warvel on the deck, he just shakes his head and he says, that can't be good.
Understatement.
I like this guy.
Okay, back to the top of the round. Garl.
Garl will attempt to shoot that howling beastie into the throat to shut it up. It's rattling him. But first, with his bonus action, he's going to move his hunter's mark over to it.
Okay.
And oh no, critical miss.
Oh, arrow goes way. In fact, he almost hit Nicodemus. No, it just goes into the fog somewhere. Nicodemus, out of nowhere, arrow comes and just sticks in the mast above your
I
head.
look back warily and take cover behind my shield.
Garl will say, "Damn it!"
And are you anything else, Garl?
No, right now, Garl, I think Garl's in a good sniper position to take care of things as they come along.
Okay. Pixies.
On a wave of mutilation. Wave of mutilation. Wave. Cease to exist. No, my goodbye. I can't remember the lyrics anymore. It's been so long.
Well, no, I'm thinking like, geez, I actually have Trompe Le Monde. I should listen to that now. I haven't listened to that in forever.
Yeah, I should get it on. I should get it on vinyl.
I have it on cassette somewhere.
No way!
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll probably just YouTube it. Are you there, Cloud? Your pixie's got to go.
I said they're holding their action with me.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't hear you. I might either I didn't hear you or I wasn't paying attention. All right, Michael. Nicodemus is there. You got the fire that is like beginning to grow. It's like starting to like catch onto the rope and light a sack that's there.
How's the chest looking?
How what?
How is the chest looking? Does it look like the chest is going to melt pretty soon?
No.
Another flask of oil. Like, say I took a flask of oil and just like doused on the chest. Would that help melt it?
It would do immediate damage to it.
I want to take out a crowbar. Would I have the crowbar on me? I have a crowbar, but I think that would be more on the. I just want to. How about I just do a standard search of all this shit, all this loot, all this stuff under the mask? How about that? I spend this round searching and wait. For
There
the
is
chest to defrost
20
itself in that
20 individual bags.
Cool. How
And
big?
probably big bags.
Yeah, I can't just like pick them all up like Walmart bags and put them on my
No,
arm.
they're individual. It's like the Giants rucksacks.
Oh, okay. Fuck that shit. I don't care about that.
Right. That's all it looks like. Just each man has his own rucksack, and they just left it under the benches. And
That shit burn.
if there's anything, it's probably in this chest.
I want them to take the torch that I lit off of it and apply it to the areas where it, the opening areas where it would be sealed with ice. I just want to, around the lid area, just like run my torch over it to help it defrost quicker. I want to get this motherfucker open. If that's the best way I can think to open it, besides just, man, I could just polymorph myself into a goddamn giant ape and just like pick the motherfucker up and run, or smash it. I got it, but I don't want to do that. So yeah, low tech. Try to heat the ice off with my torch as much as possible to get it to open.
To find out what kind of progress you're making, what kind of roll do you think we should make, or you should make? Because that could go a number of ways.
What do you think what's the first one off the top of your head?
Just doing pure damage, but I don't think that that's what you're doing to me.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
It would be more than just a D4 of fire damage, right? Which is damage-wise, so I don't think damage is on the table.
I don't know if that'd be more wisdom or intelligence. I want to say wisdom because it's more perception.
I almost want to say like an intelligent survival, kind of.
Okay, like my intelligence modifier for my survival proficiency.
Yeah, like
sounds good to me, bro. I like it.
Like intelligent survival because you're
14 total.
You are making good progress.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know. I'll like heat the hinges because there doesn't appear to be a lock.
Yeah. I just wanted
Right?
to break the ice.
Yeah,
You-
so
you know
you're like
how,
around the other side. You're like working on the hinges as the fire is building up, kind of working on the front here.
An old Canadian, I'm assuming you've had this experience of going out to get wood from a wood pile that's been frozen together, and so you have to hit it with something to get all the wood to break apart.
Okay, last night it's 30 below.
Yeah.
Well, it was below 30 below. So like whatever, 22,
It's
23
fucking
below
cold as
Fahrenheit.
shit. It was cold. as fuck.
So I was out with the keys, fucking around with the frozen padlock on the shed, trying to get to the extension cord for like 20 minutes, right?
Wow.
I was just fucking locked too. Like it just fucking frozen right solid. I'm like, well, it'd be nice to have a hammer in the shed. Be nice to have a piece of pipe in the shed. Be nice to have some de-icer in the fucking shed. Like, I was just raging. Everything I needed to open this lock is in the shed.
Wow, I feel you.
Like, and all I want to do is I just want to get the extension cord to plug in the girlfriend's car. That's it.
Saying I was going to say just go ahead and get the hairdryer out and heat it on up, but
Well,
you
yeah,
probably
need an
you
extension
need the
cord for
extension
that.
cord
Need an
that's in the
extension
shed.
cord. Yeah, like
It sounds like a Simpsons sketch.
well. So here I am. I was like fucking 30 below, blind, and I'm outside fucking around with a fucking frozen padlock. Like, and you can't take your gloves off, right? Like, I made the mistake of I had my gloves off for a little while, but handling that padlock, it just sucked all the heat out of my hands, right? So my hands were cold.
It was like a block of ice.
Yeah, my hands were cold from that point on. Like, I just never should have taken my gloves off, but I was having a hard time with the lock. But I
got
finally
a pair of those gloves that have the mitten top thing, so you can so your fingers, the edge of your fingers come out of the glove thing, but there's a mitten thing that you can then cover over top of it or remove it so you can have your fingers useful.
Yeah.
You know, like smoker's gloves, so you can still hold a cigarette.
Mhm.
I got a
But you
pair
know
of those.
But I am like, but it's all
by the
about
way,
layers, though. It's all about layers.
it was almost 50 degrees when I woke up this morning. It is now 31 degrees, and it should be like 20 degrees this morning as your fucking Canadian Air is heading down in my area illegally.
Oh yeah, it's
I might add.
it's cold.
It didn't get no fucking passport. It didn't come here legally. It didn't go through the immigration process. Your fucking air just came down in here, and it's going to freeze my ass.
Well,
Thank you.
it's not 30 below today, but it's minus 27. So that's fucking cold. Anything below minus 15 feels the same to me. But anyways, doesn't matter if it's minus 18 or minus 38. It all feels the same to me.
I think we'll get down to -5 here, -6 or something, which is fucking cold. I mean, it may not be Canadian cold, but it's still
No, that's cold.
it's cold still.
So you are getting it going with the fire, silence.
Hello.
Michael, can we anybody want to do anything spectacular? Because you guys can hear from the shore that it does sound like the giants are approaching. According to the adventure, in 5 rounds, giants will be at the boat. You can
I
hear
could do
giants
hypnotic
approaching.
pattern. But what's to do with hypnotic patterns?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing around right now. Can we just get out of initiative for a few rounds, because there's 5 rounds until they appear, unless anybody wants to do anything. Because I'll just say, Michael, it melts, you open it, but there's giants climbing aboard ship.
The other Arctic wolf or winter wolf is dead.
Oh, well, no, I guess he's not. But
Fuck him.
he. Well, let's put it this way. I mean, they're not dumb. He
No.
might just. He called the Giants now. Like, fuck. I don't know. One guy died. His companion died. Maybe now he'll just make sure you don't go anywhere. Michael. You're the one that he's like going to come to. He'd be moving
To me?
towards you.
I'll fly.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I'll say, oh my God, I'll fly up that now.
As,
Breath range.
as
Which
long
I
as,
like it.
He blows your fire out.
as long as I can see him, I'd be wanting to shoot at him.
Okay, you can shoot.
Especially since I missed terribly the one time. That's better. Not worlds better, but it's better. That'd be 15.
Oh yeah, that hits. Just just between two shields, you get him right when you can see his white shape moving by as he goes into the mist. Right before he goes into the mist, you manage to sneak one at him.
Okay, that'd be 8, 10, 14 points of damage.
Okay. Pixies.
They're just with me.
Put on my fire. That's it. That's it, dog. Bad doggy.
They're still just with you, you think, or?
Yep, just waiting.
Nicodemus.
Fuck that dog. Champagne cork on his forehead.
Okay.
Make a some saving throw, doggy. DC 15.
And you can see he does have an arrow sticking in him.
Excellent.
Oh, he failed.
Yes,
Rolled
you
a 5.
Not much of a party animal, are you? Total 10 points of necrotic damage.
How much?
10.
Okay.
As my Toll the Dead cantrip goes off on him. Fucking put my fire out, dog.
Okay.
Not much of a party animal. You don't put out the bonfire of a Seder party. As I yell at him as I'm floating overhead. You know, you could have come over here. You could have lapped up some of that barrel over there. It's got some ale. I could have cracked it open for you. We could have partied, but no. Got to put out my bonfire. Bad dog.
Bad dog.
There goes the kegger.
Have one of these around just to chill the kegs. Silence.
Nice, but no.
Yes, hello.
It's your go.
I think I shall summon hypnotic patterns.
The other wolf is too far out of sight. He moved into the fog. They actually have nothing that you can see within 60 feet.
It's hypnotic pattern. It's not to defeat, and it's not for the wolves. You said the giants are pretty close, so I'd put it on the other side of the boat towards where the giants are coming from.
240-foot long boat. It's going to take you a while to get over there.
It's a range of 120 feet.
Yeah, and you have 60 feet vision because of the fog.
Hmm.
And they're still like on the shore making their way. They're going to take like 5 rounds.
Okay, good point. I'll save that for later.
Well, 4 rounds.
I'll just do another shatter.
You have 60 feet vision. You have nothing that you can see within 60 feet.
You know that fire that just got
In
put
that
out?
case, I'll hold back. Wait till I see something.
Yeah, Michael, the wolf is just gonna like put out the fire.
Yeah, if he's gonna put on fire, I'm gonna fly over out of his range and just toll the dead on him, so he either fucking dies or the giants show up. And
Okay.
Before the giants show up, I'll relight my fire.
Okay. Oh, he made his save this time.
Bastard, he doesn't take any damage in. It's the
So
saver
the boom, but he did, or the pop and
Yeah,
foam
okay.
spray. And he doesn't even seem to notice it this time. He just seems he's so preoccupied with pawing at the rope and like at the sack and stomping on it, and he used, like using his breath and everything. Like he's putting it out. He's using his actions to put it out.
Could have been tight, dog.
After him goes Cloud.
I will command 2 of my pixies to cast sleep.
Okay,
So
roll.
whenever it's their turn, that's what they'll do.
Yes. Pixies, kick butt. Come on.
You know, it'd be kind of awesome if they could like combine their powers so that like you had 2 pixies.
Do you want Michael? Do you want
Combine them.
Michael? I was just licking my lips to say that precise thing. I was just gonna say, I know that this is beyond boundary of the
Yeah.
spell, but if they're, because technically, I'll tell you, he has like 50 hit points,
Yeah, so it's not
approximately.
gonna happen.
So a sleep spell wouldn't work. Sleep spells normally are not cumulative. These
Yeah.
guys are pixies.
You know,
I'll
they can,
say, yeah, these guys surround him and they put him to sleep. Totally.
No, I meant 2 different tries at it. I didn't think they would be cumulative.
yeah, I mean, by rule, no, but
Yeah, and by rule, I'm saying like, if I'm making you roll, yet when I know in my mind it wouldn't work. I know that the dice, like, it wouldn't do it because of the amount of hit points he has. It doesn't matter how many times he casts it on him. His hit points are beyond the thing of the spell. However, like I said, because they're pixies, if 2 of them are going to cast it, I'll let it be cumulative, and I know that it'll put him to sleep. If your pixies are going to use their action to put this wolf to sleep, I'll allow it because I think it's cool.
Okay.
They would all
Well,
basically
we can do
surround
that, but I
him.
think it's a bad precedent to set.
Was that?
8 pixies.
Well,
8 pixies times 5d8 would be 40d8 for an average of 160 hit points, 180 hit points.
Yeah.
I could put anything
Like-
to sleep.
Well, but I wouldn't do it all. But like you said,
Yeah.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm fucking getting. This is tedious picking at this wolf until the giants appear. So to make anything interesting happen, yeah, I'm saying it happens. Like the
Fair
wolf
enough.
goes to sleep, like because it's not. doing anything. Whatever it called the giants, it put the fire out. There's nothing more for this wolf to do other than to have like 3 more rounds until the giants appear.
Couple
right?
more saves, see if he dies. You know.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Because pixies. Because you know what the thing is? Don't forget, you guys actually have a pouch of pixie dust.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Ryan has it.
Or there you go. Well, you guys still have it in a way.
Doggone Far Eye.
If you guys can make use of it, you guys would have it, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that. It's like, oh, it's called with Far Eye. No. They
How
made
many?
it clear.
So, how many rounds have gone by?
Basically 2.
Basically 2.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out if I got enough. If there's enough time for me to come down off the mast and get over to the ship there and skin that one winter wolf that's dead.
Skin it? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
You start it.
You can't skin it in action.
No. But
It's not measured in actions.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying that's what Garl is up there wondering, because he's looking at that. The skin and head is a nice war trophy to make a nice cloak and
So you
maybe
get
some
that
gaiters.
knife out, and you're about ready to skin it, or even started in the process of it. You know.
Yeah, the Garl will go on over to the ship as far as that and start going for that. We'll set up the scene for him that way. Yeah, because he was thinking about, oh, that's neat. I got that. That would be a good one. I got plans for it.
So this thing falls asleep, and you can hear, like right now, you can even hear giants are wading in the water. Like you can hear the splashing and the voices of them, like of giants approaching the longship. And Michael, you're like and anticipating the rocking of the ship as they begin climbing over the gunwales onto the deck, which hasn't yet happened, but it will soon.
Would I be able to restart the fire and get the thing open?
You go down and you begin working on it. I'm taking this temporarily out of initiative because I'm DM. Because that one's sleeping, whatever. You work on it. You're open. There's a lot of ice. You concentrate on, like, you take your weapon, even you're chiseling and prying, because at first you're working on it kind of analytical, like, okay, how can I get this thing open? And you're kind of working on it when eventually you do feel the ship and you do hear.
Okay, so that I get
boarding. Yeah, so you're like, holy fuck. So you pull out your weapon and you start just kind of hacking at it. And you are able to open it when you can already hear giants on the deck of the ship coming closer. And you're working on it in a frenzy. And you get it open and you heave. And it's a big fucking lid. You really got to pry and heave. And you finally get it open. And you reach in and you grab
2 snow snakes.
It's like, you took my thunder. That's exactly what I was going to say. A young white dragon. they've been holding captive in that ice-filled chest.
Wait. I gotta go for a bio. I'll be right back.
Got him confused with that one. Didn't mean to.
It could be something good.
Yeah, I imagine it should be. The silence is flying around there too, right?
I'm hoping it's a giant slaying sword, in which case I'm going to like, Nicodemus dies, and I'm making my human champion fighter. Not a variant humor, mind you. Standard human. +1 to everything.
So Cloud is no, he's gone. He dropped out. Silence, you still there?
Yep.
So you're flying about over there, over on the ship side too, right?
Yep, over by our ship.
Oh, our ship, not I meant the giant ship. I'm
Our
trying to
ship is
get
right next to the giant ship, so not
yeah.
too
Well,
far
I
to
was
fly.
just trying to get the alignment of the sacrifice or sacrifices, being all of us.
Hmm.
Okay, I apologize. I had to.
All right. What's in the
Okay.
chest?
Oh. Okay. Okay. Oy. Take care of your eyes,
Uh-oh. DM's going to do us in.
Eh.
Okay. Okay. Michael, I want you to I want you to you reach your little satyr hand into the chest and you clutch. Now take your sticky little player hand and clutch a set of percentile dice and make me a roll on magic item table F. I will roll me, and I got the table. You roll me the percentile.
I don't know what it
100.
is. 57.
Nicodemus. 7?
57.
Oh, 50s.
Yes.
Oh no, 100.
Oh no, I'm wrong. I rolled 100, dude.
Of course.
57. I don't know what magic table S is. I'm not opening the book. I'm assuming it's pretty cool though, right?
57?
Yes. Or at least the table is. I don't know what 57 is.
Not a pearl. I'm switching it. We're not going exactly by the table. We're going. Because it just a pearl.
It didn't make sense.
No, it didn't make sense at all.
Well, if it's an apparatus of qualish, though, I'll take it.
Okay.
I grab the pearl. Woo! Pop that in my pocket. And prepare for battle.
It is a supremely divine pearl.
Mm. Yeah, but
Michael?
I mean, I'd have
It's
to.
a pearl of power.
Yeah, I'd have to, whatever to it.
Hold on a second. I'm getting summoned.
I believe I'd have to short rest with it or something and whatnot. I mean, I can't just pick it out of the box and use it. Even then, the Pearl of Power is like Ring of Spell Storage, right?
Well, let's see here. I think it is an attunable item, but I'm not sure. If it's attunable, then yeah, you gotta take that hour of frogging with it, thinking on it, meditating with it.
I don't even know what it is. I mean, unless it got Pearl Power scratched into it in English, and along with directions on how to use it.
That's what the spell identifies for.
Yeah, don't have it.
Well, neither do I. So, but I'm just saying.
Right.
Sorry, father-in-law. Yeah. So, Michael, you find a pearl of power.
Cool.
You guys figure, but that's you, and I tell you it's a pearl of power because you feel that it's not just a mundane pearl.
Oh yeah, this is a special pearl.
Yeah, and there is a sack of clink. So,
A sack of clink.
Coins?
Feels like of coins. Yeah.
I'll grab those and run to the back of the ship.
Okay, now it's 4:00, so we're gonna end it. But Nicodemus, you grab that stuff and you could begin flying away. Now you guys can either stay and fight giants, or get on your guys' ship and just let's get the fuck out of here.
How bad is the rigging messed up?
How about not very?
Okay. Man, I know how to operate a ballista.
That's all I want to know.
ballista?
But we are gonna end it here. But that's all I want to know is: are you guys gonna because you got the fly spell, you can move 60 feet. It's not going to be hard for you to you grab that stuff, fly into the mist. You guys can all just
fuck off and leave them.
Yeah, because there's not even other people to disembark. You were the only one who left, and you're flying. So, and you're with a bunch of pirates, so they're not going to be, well, no, let's go save the town or anything. They don't fucking really care.
Yeah,
So it's a matter of save the town or continue with our ride.
Right.
I kind of want to save the town. I kind of do.
Then we'll miss our boat. Literally.
Well, think about it for next week, and that's where we'll call it.
All right.
Okay.
We can
And
discuss
yeah. But that's
you already looked up the clink. How much clink was in there? Just so you don't have to look it up later. If you don't know now, then fuck it. Well, you'll look it up later.
No, I'm gonna. It won't. I'm slow. But I just said it just seems like everything. What the fuck?
Sweet goodness. We
Whoa.
have choices.
Requires attunement. All this pearls in your person, you can use an action to speak a command word, which I'm assuming is written on there, and regain one.
Oh,
You would learn it once you become attuned.
Yeah, I'd have to attune though.
It would be something given to you by your god. Wherever your source of your spells it comes from is where you would.
If the expanded spell slot is of 4th level or higher, the new slot is 3rd level. So I can't get my 4th level spell slot back. I can get no more than a 3rd level slot. 1 per day.
it's all good. Oh, we lost Silence.
Fucking spatial anomaly. Somebody should ask her if Desmond Tutu died in prison or not. He's being Mandela effect.
You've been watching Cthulhu shows lately?
I have not, but
Uh,
like, hey, have you heard of the Beatles? What? Who? Yeah, maybe she got switched into an alternate world where the Beatles don't exist. So what do you think, Charles? What should we do?
oh, Silence is back. Okay,
I'm
good.
back.
We heard discussion.
It's up to you guys on that because Garl was kind of, he'd like to have the pelt, but there again, he ain't about sacrificing himself for the pelt either. And if getting away from the giants will save his hide, he may choose to go that route.
Oh, how about this? Yes, yeah, Raleigh.
A lot of the valuables are in goods and stuff like that. So yeah, the coins are worth 3,000 silver piece. 3,000 silver pieces. 3,000, yeah, so 300 gold. And
there's 4 of us. Plus the crew, we'd have to, like the crew should have a share. Help.
Well, like I said, that's why 3,000 silver pieces is what it says it's in. Like it's
okay.
So that's 50. Oh, that's a big fucking giant sack.
Yeah,
it's 50 pounds, 50 coins a pound. So that's 600 pounds.
No, 60 pounds.
Oh, 60 pounds. Yeah, sorry.
60 pounds.
That's still pretty heavy for
that's
someone.
Heavy fucking sack, man.
For Garl, that would be a heavy load.
Yeah.
I mean, that sack is probably as big as he is, if not bigger.
Yeah, but thank you guys. I gotta go.
All right, brother.
I gotta start getting dressed. It takes me a half hour to get dressed because it's 30 below out. So
by
the time I start putting on the layers. All right, thanks. Yes, you guys just ponder it and we'll figure it out. Either way, I don't care. I just find it really interesting you guys came from Seaside, although the adventure accounts for it. Because I just think that's really neat coming in from the seaside. Because if you guys would have traveled by land,
we'd have all the giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Good. We did something wise for once. I'm not going to say smart, but wise.
Well, either way, it was very cool. And, I really liked the wolf getting slept there by the multiple pixies. I thought that was really... That's something that would have been in a book, I think. How they always flex the rules in the books, novels. What else was really good? I don't know, there's a few images in my head that were really, really good today. All right. Take care. And if we're still recording, no, we're not going to play on Christmas Eve and or
Yeah,
Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, Ryan.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I still have us recording. That way we can, if there was something, we can come back and like Chris could also catch up on the last bit where he dropped out.
Yeah. But anyways, that's
Yeah.
no, we're not
Are we
playing on
playing
Christmas
the
Eve and New
17th
Year's Eve.
though?
I don't see why not.
Say what?
On the 17th, like next week. I don't see why we wouldn't. I don't see why we wouldn't. I'm hoping to get you guys down to Waterdeep, but I don't know if you guys are going to stay and fight the Giants. I don't know.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
All right. So have a good week, all y'all. I'm gonna split.